Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Train Sim World, and welcome back to the Northeast Corridor DLC. We don't have too many scenarios left. We've got City Sprinter, take to the controls of a train at Newark Liberty and operate it through to New York Penn. We've got, it looks like some yard work. You know what's funny? I'll tell you what's funny. This looks like it would be interesting, like there'd be a lot going on, but it's a really small area. And then you look at this and it's like, oh yeah, man, that's like distance, right? Same with this one. Oh, I don't want to do that. That's just a little, Right. Same with that one. All right, we're doing the City Sprinter at 20 minutes. We're going from Liberty Airport to New York Penn. Here we go. Now it said in the change file for the patch that just came in that there's going to be voiceover for these now. I haven't heard it. City Sprinter. Here we go. Right. There's no voiceover. Welcome to Newark Liberty International Airport. You'll be taking control of Amtrak 170 from here through to New York Penn Station. Uh-huh. I'd have got run over by that damn train is what would have happened. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this like adult people. And we'll... Because I was going to run across the tracks. You know I was. Come on, man. Morning. Hello. I can't help it. What can I say, man? I'm excitable. I'm exuberant. Right. Get on this way. Let's go down the escalator. Whee! Right. Climb aboard. This guy. Where's he going? It's up to no good, I tell you. Right. Sit in the engineer's seat. You got it. Unlock the doors. This is the one we need to use this. And we are unlocking on the right. Right. Passengers are loading. Reverser to forward. It's 8 a.m. How are we feeling about lights? Let's do, lights are on. Flashing ditch lights. Can't be careful enough. Let's just do desk light. Yeah. Yeah. Pantograph is up. Pantograph is up. Fantastic. Lock the doors. Lock right. Release the brakes. And apply power to get moving. You got it. This horn is busted. Fixed it. Right. New York Penn at 7:05. So we've got... I'm sorry, Newark Penn. That's different. That's entirely different. Right. Enough with the bell. Jeezy Pete. So we're going to Newark Penn, not New York Penn. Well, not next. We're going to New York Penn at some point. We're just going not straight away. Right. I'm going to hit this vape. While I have my hands free. Right. Let's hop out here. Yep, every time I play it, whoa. Every time I play it, I'm more and more impressed by this. Really glad I picked this one up. And I'm glad that I didn't, oh, how do I want to describe it? I feel like Train Simulator, all the way through to 2018, I feel like really the DLC, the amount of DLC and, you know, all the whatever momentum that it has, I feel like the DLC sort of puts you on the hook, like, oh, you know, you better ride this out, you have the DLC. And I feel like this game sort of, not reset that, but, you know, you're going to have to start over. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Yep. I like it. Oh. I like slowing down, too. I like to slow things down right about now. I like to slow things down a little bit more. Come on. Slow, I said. Oh. Oh, skin of our teeth. Right? That's how we do everything. That's that pirate style, yo. So we will... Alright. So we will coast into Newark, Penn. I think this other gangster over here on our left, I think he's doing a little coasting too. Just a couple of coasters. Right, so we'll stop here, and then I don't know if we're an express all the way to New York, Penn, or if we've got some intermediate stops. I have a feeling we're gonna pick up here, and we're gonna go in under the river and just go straight to New York, Penn. What do I know, man? I'm just some guy. Right. And I'm feeling like, yeah. Feeling like we need a little help with our braking right about now. No, no. No, no. To the end of the platform, son. I don't care if we're late. I just don't want to stop way back here. Right. Here's where we're going to stop. Right. Open the doors on the, what, the right side? Yes. Man, I got rid of those markers. And I'm glad I did. It definitely adds to the immersion, but it definitely adds to the challenge as well, because you don't know where you're at without them. You're going off that yard counter. Man, I don't know if anybody is good enough. What are we looking at here? There we go. I don't know if anybody's good enough. I'm sure somebody's good enough that they can lock the doors on the right. What are we doing now? Releasing brakes. We rolling? Okay. I feel like we're getting less hints now too. I don't know if that happens as you kind of work your way up, like through the achievements and through the scenarios, but we're kind of like they're leaving us to our own devices here. And I like that as well. But like just a minute ago, I guess what I was saying is you would have to know these routes so well. I was doing practice laps, hot laps at Albert Park in the Mercedes W09 F1 car earlier. And it's weird because I've been playing racing sims for years, and like I get it, and I'm a huge fan of motorsport in real life too. So I understand like what the brake markers are and what the turn-in markers are, and how you go out and you very slowly learn a track, right? And all those markers on the side, 300, 200, 100, you go out and you kind of get a rhythm going as far as like how to drive a track, and you start to learn where to brake, how hard to brake, You brake differently for a sweeper than you do for a hairpin, and et cetera, right? So, let's slow down just a little bit. Come on. There you go. So, I was thinking just now as we were pulling out, well, as we were pulling in, and then again as we were pulling out, I was thinking, there is somebody, I'm positive there is some train sim gangster that is just like, oh yeah, and without even really knowing it, like, I couldn't tell you how to drive Albert Park. I'm just learning it myself, but I'm getting a feeling for where the break points are. I'm getting a feeling for where the turn-in points are. And I know there's some cat that can drive this route with no HUD. Boom. Like a Jedi. They can drive the route like that, and they know exactly when to start braking and when to do this and when to do that. And they even know when to do it for different trains and different consists, the same way I know I need to start braking here on qualifying tires, I need to start braking here on new race tires, and I need to start braking here on old race tires, right? Like, I just know that. It's like tying your shoe. If you had to tell somebody, if you had to write a procedural, I don't know what your line of work is, but there's a thing called a procedural, and a procedural is, like, think of Apollo 13, and everything has a procedural. Everything in NASA, everything in the space program has a procedural, from like going to the bathroom to launching a rocket. Everything has a procedural, and you do it the same way every time. Definability, repeatability. That's where they're at. So if you had to write a procedural right now to tie your shoes, right? So you're going to do a written description of how to tie your shoes. And the goal is that another person who's never tied a shoe before in their life, and for the sake of the thought experiment, it's an intelligent, well-adjusted, contemporary person from a Western democracy. They know what a shoe is, they know what a shoelace is, all that stuff. But they need to be able to pick up this document that you wrote, and they need to be able to read through it, and they need to be able to tie their shoes based on nothing more than what you described right there. Man, you would have a hell of a time describing how to tie your shoe, even though you do it at least once a day, probably multiple times per day. You could do it tired, you can do it hungover, you can do it drunk, you can do it in the dark. Like, it's just a part of you. But if you had to describe how to do it, it would be a challenge. And I was thinking about Albert Park and how long I've been into motorsports, real motorsports in real life, and then also simulation motorsports. And I was thinking, there has got to be some gangster that is equally into train sim, and they can drive this whole route, right, and hit all their marks. The same way that I hit my marks in Albert Park. I got to clear my throat. Be right back. It's a Friday, man. I have been talking all week. Right. So, you get what I'm saying. I know you do. Fascinates me. All the different things that people do, that fascinates me. I love it. Like, there's so many people in the world, and they're all doing their thing, you know? There's people driving trains right now in real life. There's people driving trucks, there's people driving race cars. Where's the GP this weekend? Spain. It's May 11th, so I just saw it's going to be in Spain on Sunday. So, well, it's going on 2000 for me. So it would be middle of the night. Okay, maybe nobody's driving an F1 car in Spain. But you know what I mean. It doesn't matter what you're doing. There's somebody doing it somewhere. Right. I keep hitting these speed limits, man. There you go. There you go. Bring it on down. Right. Doors. Oh, they want another 10 yards? No, that can't be right. They want another 5 yards. Hmm. 713. Well, let's take a look out here. That looks like it, man. Back to break off again, one more time. Pull forward a little bit, and then I'm just going to open the doors and see what happens. Right. Okay. Just needed to be up a little further. Unlock on the left. Beautiful. Right. So you get what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what your thing is. If you love it, if you're passionate about it, you're doing it. Somewhere, somehow, you're doing it. All right, let me hit this bait before we have to load up and get rolling. And this is, we're in Secaucus, right? So we still need to go under the river, over the river. I don't think I've been on this part of the route before. Either way, we'll do it. Lock doors on the left. Newark, Penn, right. Brakes off. Here we go. So 10 minutes to go 4.3 miles, but I'm guessing a lot of that is going to be at like 15 miles per hour as we get close to the station. Moving now. Right, well, after our frame rate comes back up, then we'll be moving now. Go back out here. We going over? We going under? It's starting to look like under. Let's hop back in here. Oh yeah, going under. All right, come on, frame rate, come on. Right. And I've been doing some other services, not scenarios, but I've been doing some other services offline, just my own personal gaming. And man, Penn Station, like, they got some rules, man, as far as speed limits and what you can and can't do, and it's been a scene trying to learn that place. I'm also kind of creeped out about it. Like, this isn't bad. This, where we are right now, I'm okay with this. But when you get close in, like that whole Slender Man tunnel, no, I don't like that. Not a bit. Not even a little bit. Right. So we've got, see, this is when I get kind of it's feeling like a setup. We've got 6 minutes to go 1.6 miles, even at 15 miles per hour. I mean, we're not going to hit that 15 mile per hour zone until we're like very close to being there. So we won't spend a whole lot of time in that 15 mile per hour zone. We're still descending. I feel like we're about to bottom out though. Right? Like if you look at the track up ahead, I feel like we're about to hit the lowest point. Get lower. And then, yep. Now we're climbing again. Okay. So I'm going to back that off. Maybe I'll back that off in a minute. I'm not feeling a lot of pressure to like, I don't know. There's some scenarios, like the rapid transit scenarios in Leipzig, I feel like you really want to be going as fast as possible at all times to stay on schedule. And here I don't feel like that's the case at all. Like we've got 5 minutes to go half a mile, even at 15 miles an hour. I think we got this. But of course we don't, right? Like you would think that, oh, anybody can do that, but no, something will happen. Well, one thing will happen is we got to go up a 2% grade. Right. So there's our 15 miles per hour. And then we get into Penn Station in about half a mile. Trying to time it, trying to pace myself. Oh, here we go. Here's the whole Slender Man. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like this at all. So what do we got? 22. So we got 3 minutes. Man, if we're late because we were going 10 instead of 15, oy. So 3 minutes, quarter mile, 15 miles an hour. Quarter mile is about a minute, so that's going to put us at 23. And I think this is the end of the scenario when we get to this platform. All right. Think, yep. So we got the whole train on the platform. I'm going to try to stop a little bit past the yard countdown. Oh, all right, a little further. We can go a little further. Right. Doors. Unlock on the right. Did we get it? I think we're doing it. Right. Cool. Let's see what they say after this. I don't know if they want us to park it or if this is going to be the end of the scenario. Here we go. Wait until 7:25:30. Okay, interesting. So I guess there might be a little bit more after this. We'll see. Look at all these people, man. Love it. Right. All right. Anything else? Set the reverser to neutral. You got it. Climb down from the train to complete this duty. I'm going to set the brake. Parking brake? I feel like we do have a parking brake on this train, but I'm not going to look for it. I'm going to, as they say, climb down from the train. Right. Right. There you go. Done. Okay, we hit our 3 stops. Folks, thank you so much for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Train Sim World Northeast Corridor DLC, and we'll see you next time. Take care now.